Hello and welcome, fellow digital soldiers, to True Reporting. It is January 4th, and on today's podcast, we'll be covering an array of different information from memes to threads on 8chan. Guys, I want us to go into 2019 with our heads held high and being as optimistic as we can be. I believe that things have been going on behind the scenes, and we will cover what has happened that is of positive nature that occurred in 2018, so that we do not walk around in 2019 with such a lull of disappointment. We need to stay positive and we need to hold strong. So with that being said, before we move any further, would you please go ahead and click the bell to get notifications so when I post, you're the first to know. And please follow me on Twitter at True Reporting. And don't forget to leave a like on this video. The more likes that this video receives, the more times it is recommended to other viewers, thus more eyes on the truth. With that being said, my friends, let's hop into it. This is True Reporting. And guys, in front of me I have a lot of 8chan threads right here that really just kind of do justice of what did happen in 2018 and what to expect in 2019. I want to consider this podcast to be uplifting and very optimistic and positive because this is what we need, guys. I just don't like seeing people fight amongst each other, and we need to hold tight. So I want to go through these memes and information with you if you don't mind. So it says right here, military intelligence has been legally investigating on the FBI's behalf, part 1 of 2. Check before asking. So it says, first, a few old Q drops to refresh our memories. Military intelligence versus FBI, CIA, NSA. No approval or congressional oversight. Under what article can the president impose military takeover investigations for the three-letter agencies? Why is Antifa allowed to operate? Military intelligence. Reference above is the absolute biggest inside drop this board will ever receive. Now think about why Antifa plays right into the plan. How can we listen in, track, and monitor American citizens, bad actors in the kill box? What must we legally demonstrate in order to gain such warrants? FISA? Do we trust the FISA judges? Military intel? So with the FISA judges, we always hear that without anything moving forward, we have to clean up the judicial system. And I think that's what he's implying there. It says, now, who can't we trust? Rosenstein, Mueller, corrupt leaky FBI, corrupt leaky DOJ, corrupt partisan judges. Who can we trust? Sessions, Huber, Horowitz, Wray, military intelligence. So what is everyone's role in this movie? Rosenstein signed the 4th FISA warrant application against Carter Page against POTUS. Consider wearing a wire to entrap POTUS. Suggest outposting POTUS via 25th Amendment. Hire Mueller as special counsel to bust POTUS. Implement any policies in DOJ that Mueller requests. Mueller. Dig up any dirt possible, genuine or fabricated, on POTUS and associates. Request from Rosenstein that certain evidence that would hurt deep state not be permitted to be shared with or pursued by DOJ FBI officials because it would obstruct much investigation. Horrible. Sessions. Empower Horowitz to do genuine investigation of corrupt DOJ officials except as limited by Mueller's requests. Fire any official Horowitz recommends. Let Wray do his thing. Act innocent and helpless. Horowitz. Find solid evidence necessary to fire corrupt FBI DOJ officials. Pass all evidence he finds of FBI DOJ malfeasance along to Huber for eventual prosecution. Wray. Be the legal FBI anchor for military intelligence investigations. Military intelligence. Do all the investigative heavy lifting, massive resources, capabilities, 100% trustworthy, leak proof. Huber. Once investigations, both Horowitz and FBI military intelligence, are completed, he convenes grand juries, indicts in jurisdictions with favorable judges, we need that, and oversees prosecution of all cases that will be tried in civilian courts. Tribunals will be saved for the traitors and the cases where evidence had to be collected in unconstitutional ways. Whitaker. Take over oversight of Mueller investigations so that 1. He can make Mueller recommend no jail time for Flynn, 2, he could nullify Mueller's Rosenstein's requests that certain evidence that hurts the deep state isn't shared pursued by DOJ, so they'll bring it forward instead of letting them hide it. Military intelligence has been legally investigating on FBI behalf, part 2 of 2. The story: our Justice Department FBI is corrupt and cannot be trusted to fairly investigate, prosecute the traitors, let alone themselves. Horowitz and Sessions have been cleaning the place up a bit, but the Mueller-Rosenstein team is really the last remaining vestige of corruption that is difficult to remove without rioting in the streets. I agree. Mueller, Rosenstein have effectively crippled the DOJ FBI from pursuing the traitors. So FBI Director Wray took a better route, using military intelligence to conduct the investigations. Military intelligence largely doesn't play a role in investigating U.S. persons. However, they can legally collect, produce, and disseminate intelligence on U.S. person, on U.S. soul, under the following circumstances. So this is just like the same thing with like military tribunals. Like, it's all breaking down to the military, who is leak proof and can be trusted. Number 1, it involves a domestic disturbance. Think, why is Antifa allowed to operate? Anyone with even a remote connection to Antifa can be scooped up in this category. The intelligence relates to the activities of foreign powers, organizations, persons, and their agents. So if the intelligence has any relation to a foreign person, organization, or government, military intelligence is clear to do their work. George Soros, right? Funds all these things. 3, in the absence of any foreign involvement, they may do so only in coordination with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, which has primarily responsibility for intelligence collection within the United States. So basically, military intelligence can investigate U.S. persons domestically as long as it involves a disturbance, involves a foreigner, or the FBI signs off on it. Trust Wray. So, military has been doing all the investigative work with Wray's blessing. Once military was largely completed with their investigations, Sessions resigned so that Whitaker could take over Mueller's oversight. Upon taking over Mueller for Rosenstein, Whitaker ripped up the directives for FBI DOJ not to pursue certain lines of evidence, Clinton Foundation, etc. That's when they will go into it because of Whitaker. Therefore, military could feed their evidence back into the FBI. I'm getting chills. Which could hand it over to Huber. So what happens next? Mueller finally issues his report. POTUS declassifies the FISA to show the whole Mueller investigation was a scam. Huber begins indictments in a friendly jurisdiction. Military tribunals formed for cases that don't go before the civilian courts. POTUS nominates persons to all the vacated positions, and they get immediately confirmed by the Senate 53-47. The Democrat Party is destroyed irreparably. Now you know the plan. All of this adds up with me, guys. This was a great thread that I wanted to share with you. I need everyone to be positive and stop calling everybody shills, man. Like, I'm not telling you what to do, but it's really bad to say that because people are just getting worn out. They're getting, you know, they're getting a little worried, I'd say, and discouraged, and I don't think we should be. I think we all need to stick together, because if we start to break apart, then what was the point of any of this, right? Stick together. Where we go one, we go all. So, glorious events in 2018. Listen up if you don't believe nothing happened. Child trafficking arrests in 1 year, more than all of Barack Hussein Obama's combined in 8 years. Very telling. Trump visits troops. No name is no more. Timber puppy, no more. George H.W. Bush, 187. Justice Kavanaugh, Justice Gorsuch. Thank you, Sessions, Huber, Brave 470. Honk heard round the world. We all remember that. That was a Q proof. 53-47 in the Senate. Wall going up, some parts already up. They're building it quickly, too. I'm seeing it on Twitter, live footage. And the ICE agents fully back Trump. MSM fake news more and more obvious because we're awakening consciously, right? The Great Awakening is working. The plan is working. Anons, number 2. Hillary is still not POTUS. Thank God. North Korea is an ally, per se. I think they are. It was just a CIA hub. Use the Daniel lotion. Much prayers. Excuse me. Huge arrests in Medicare aid fraud, Medicare and Medicaid fraud, which ties into opiates. Plugged holes where billions of our money was being defrauded by pharmacies, medical practitioners. Syria, trade deals, GDP, record unemployment. Employment? Cleveland Browns winning football games. Most unbelievable item on list. That's a keck. China stocks, negative 25%. German stocks, negative 20%. Mexican stocks, negative 15%. So on and so forth. POTUS absolutely crushing the media. Shills in all press conferences. Soros is an asshole. Shills like Cucklord proving Q 24/7. Millions spent by Shill Blue protecting. Status quo. Anon's making sure that doesn't happen. Elizabeth Warren DNA test. What was up with her drinking that beer too? That was strange to me. Here's some more, man. Keep your head up. Keep listening. Right? It says here, Trump rallies. USA, lock her up. That's amazing. I went to one. I had my Where We Go, One We Go All shirt back in, I think it was June or May. Cleaning house. Omarosa caught recording. CEOs retiring. Politicians not running next term. CEOs retiring more like they're quitting, right? Because they're going to be locked up eventually. Q crumbs. Symbols will be their downfall. We're all, through our awakening, are seeing every symbol, right? If you watch movies and TV and read the paper and get on the internet, you see it everywhere. Hollywood is screwed. The economy, jobs. Oh, that vape guy melting down. A ginger snap. That was hilarious. Record number of Rhino departures. FBI, DOJ resignations and firings. ISIS is done. Big Mike was outclassed by combat boots. Weinstein arrested. Cosby convicted. Graham yells at the Dems, boy, you all want power. God, I hope you never get it. Avenatti and Flames, no good Dem candidates. Trump 45. So, be happy, guys. We'll move on. Assange or WikiLeaks? So, we all know that WikiLeaks has definitely been compromised. We do not know where Assange is. At least I don't. I can't confirm anything. I believe that's up in the air. Some people say he's stateside. Some people say he's still in Ecuador embassy. So, Assange or WikiLeaks? Obviously, Assange, WikiLeaks is compromised. We can continue. China announced Friday that it would allow rice imports from the U.S. for the first time in its history, an apparent gesture meant to cool trade tensions with the Trump administration. Hashtag winning. I'm going to throw a keck in there too. I'm just going to leave this right here. He just sold rice to China. Any questions? That's why I love him. The greatest president of all time. So we can see here, this is a little bit of Anon's digging in, which is pretty cool. And I hope I can tie it together for you to make complete sense. Happy New Year to everyone, including the haters and the fake news media. God, I love this tweet. 2019 will be a fantastic year for those not suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. Just calm down and enjoy the ride. Great things are happening for our country. And again, this is in all caps, equals 2266. And 2266 English ordinal. And we can see that the numbers, I believe this is a geometric. Is that what I think that's what everyone calls it. Geometric. And we will continue on down here. It says, remain calm. Patriots are in control. What a show. Trump remains calm. Patriots are in control. You are watching the systematic destruction of the old guard. Power will return to the people. Q. So this was from July 24, 2018. A lot of this stuff, where it's in all capital letters, I wonder if that's saying, like, it is what it is. Like, it's happened. It's going to happen. Like, all caps means you're yelling it, right? You're pumped up about it. We'll continue on with that later on. Guess what, Joe M. says? It's January 1st, 2019. According to the 2018 amendments to the Manual for Courts Martial, Hillary Clinton, Dianne Feinstein, John Brennan, James Clapper, and others are eligible for the death penalty on account of their deliberate selling of top-secret military secrets. And I have gone out and put 2 military tribunal threads out there talking about court-martialing and all kinds of stuff. Why all this is really adding up to being what I believe high-profile arrests in 2019. Remember, stay positive, guys. It helps. This kind of blew my mind, and I wanted to share it with you. Patton looks exactly like Trump. Trump missions Patton at every rally. Getting chills again. Dude, look at that. That's uncanny. Trump was born a year after Patton died. Patton believed in reincarnation. Coincidence? Now, I know some of you out there may not like that, but Patton believed in reincarnation. Trump was born a year after Patton died. Look at how closely they look. It's unbelievable. That's even more like definitive than Vincent Fusca and JFK Jr. That right there is crazy. Bill Mitchell says, it's just me or is Anderson Cooper looking much older and more frail lately? Please tell me you guys saw him take that shot when the ball was dropping. I literally wanted to smash my laptop watching that. Terrible. Yeah, he looked frail. He looked like he was just fading out. It's his time, right? They're all demonic, in my opinion. All these people that, you know, he's a part of the Biltmore and all that stuff. That's a whole nother rabbit hole if you want to go down it. So we'll continue on. The Real Dark Judge says, please follow this guy on Twitter too. He's pretty good. There are a lot of things happening behind the scenes. And it is not that we won't talk about it, because it is actually that we are not allowed to talk about it, or else we would be in serious trouble. So unfortunately, we can't comment about what is happening. The Real Dark Judge Plus. So obviously, some people have intel, guys. I mean, it's a real thing. This is pretty crazy too. This was from yesterday. I'll blow it up so you can read along. It says, hackers threaten to dump secret 9/11 files if Bitcoin ransom not met. A hacker group announced it had breached a law firm handling cases related to September 11th attacks and threatened to publicly release a large cache of related internal files unless their ransom demands were met. So, if 9/11 in your mind was not an inside job, why would they want to release any information that would be damning about September 11th? Because it was an inside job. A spokesperson for Hiscox Group confirmed to Motherboard that the hackers had breached a law firm that advised the company and likely stolen files related to litigation around the 9/11 attacks. That is crazy and huge, right? We'll continue on with this. It says, continued. In its extortion note, the Dark Overlord included a link for a 10 gigabyte archive of files and allegedly stole. The cache is encrypted, but the hackers are threatening to release the relevant description keys, unlocking different sets of files at a time. Unless the victims pay the hackers an undisclosed ransom fee in Bitcoin. Pay the F up or we're going to bury you with this. If you continue to fail us, we'll escalate these releases by releasing the keys. Each time a layer is opened, a new wave of liability will fall upon you. The extortion note reads. Holy smokes. That's leverage if I've ever seen it. Centipede Nation, update 1. Basically it says, it has been made aware to us that this hack might possibly be a deep state operation in order to nullify the litigation process of the upcoming impaneled grand jury on 9/11. Evidence of explosives. This is real. So is this a counter move? This sounds highly plausible. The reason we're giving this story the time of day is because a spokesman for one of the insurers for the World Trade Center confirmed the hackers have likely stolen files related to litigation around the 9/11 attacks. Whoa. We still don't know if it is legit or not, but it's something to keep an eye out for. It's highly possible this is a state-sponsored or strategic psyop. No way of telling yet, but if anyone is wondering, it's most likely that if anyone had good reason to look into the official 9/11 story, it would be the insurer who would have rather not pay out. For example, if there was evidence that the towers did or did not collapse from pyrite, the insurance companies would know. Oh my word. Says right here, the Real Dark Judge again. P.S. Hey Jeb, newsflash, the Rothschilds can't help you. They are screwed. The Real Dark Judge Plus. Yeah, Jeb at your father's funeral. Boof. Woo, and then we see this big number, 70,887 sealed indictments out of 12/30/18. My goodness. So if you go back and you look at previous years, previous presidential terms. Usually 3,000 to 5,000, not 70, going on 71,000. Unbelievable. Presidential proclamation on National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month 2019. I guess that's now, January. Human trafficking is a modern form of slavery. It is not enough merely to denounce this horrific assault on human dignity. We must actively work to prevent and end this barbaric system. So, yeah, issued on December 31st, 2018. Whoa. So, again, a lot in, we'll get back to the all caps. 2020 coming. Public is vital. Release of info vital. Outrage. Justice. Can we simply arrest the opposition without first exposing the truth? Follow the light. Exactly, guys. Follow the light. Be positive out there. It really goes hand in hand with this whole movement. This whole Great Awakening is you have to be positive and beings of light and love. This is what it is. Sanctions are coming November 5th. This is crazy. Sanctions in law and legal definition are penalties or other means of enforcement used to provide incentives for obedience with the law or with rules and regulations. Criminal sanctions can take the form of serious punishment, such as corporal or capital punishment, incarceration, or severe fines. Sanctions are coming November 3rd. So just get a good look at that. We will move on to this. Original poster with November 5th changed to November 4th. Points to Q's now playing posters. So the date was changed, November 5th to November 4th right here. This was the other day during, I believe, a cabinet meeting. Yesterday, maybe? And we see here, November 4th. What are the movie titles? This is all a movie, right? FISA-gate. They're going to release FISA. They're going to declassify it. Panic in D.C. Guardians of the Pedophiles. Holy smokes. 4, 5, and 6. So 4, November 4th, could it line up with that number? Guardians of the Pedophiles, are they going to release more information on that? They're going to expose it? Either way, it's a lot going on. FISA-gate, Panic in D.C., and pedophilia. My word. But look at that. The whole correlation, this is not by any coincidence. Like, you have to know that. Like, it's completely pointed out that the date was changed. Donald Trump is from his Twitter account, November 5th, changed to November 4th, November 4th of the Q post. I don't know, guys. Like, I mean, it's pretty insane. Like, to not believe in this stuff, to not have faith in this. Trump displayed sanctions are coming. His poster today during the cabinet meeting. That's what I thought. Mainstream media widely reported about it. Anons noticed that the date of the poster is different from its original. The poster displayed at the cabinet meeting stated November 4th. Why? Anons know why. Keck. Absolutely. That's unbelievable right there, guys. That should really be pretty cool to see. It appears the poster was meant for Anons, and the date was purposely changed to point to Q Post 2417 now playing. And again, FISA-gate, Panic in D.C., and Guardians of the Pedophiles. So the Guardians of the Pedophiles will crash and burn and be arrested and probably suicide themselves or be thrown into Gitmo. Panic in D.C. is obviously self-explanatory because of FISA-gate. Declassify FISA. Jordan Sather says right here that mainstream media has no idea what's going on, but the Anons do. Top Keck. Absolutely. The mainstream media just doesn't get it. And there he's referring back to the sanctions poster. Love it. Love every minute of it. Right here, this is a quick prayer for anxieties. And, dear Lord, teach me to trust in you so that when the unexpected storm of life comes, I'm referencing this to the storm, right? Unexpected storms of life. I will expect peace. Calm before the storm is what I meant. I will expect peace in the midst of those storms, knowing that you are near. You hear my cries, and you know, and you are with me and for me. So guys, yeah, calm before the storm. I felt that was appropriate to trust in God, that he's got us, right? I will expect peace in the midst of those storms, knowing that you are near. You hear my cries, and you are with me and for me. We are beings of light, guys. Humans are loving beings. We're not evil. I believe that those people that have been in Hollywood have definitely sold themselves to some sort of entity. Because if you're going to be a pedophile and you're going to do satanic ritual abuse to a child and eat pineal glands, you are no longer a human in my eyes. Again, this is huge for me. I'm going to end it with this. POTUS hunkering down today, April 8th, Situation Room. Okay? Situation Room, April 8th. When we go here, Cabinet Room. This is from January 2nd. Situation Room. Okay? So January 2nd. I believe the Q clock is like a day off. I don't know why, and I need to be talked to about this because I would love to understand it more. I get some of it. I get about 50% of it, but I need help with the rest. POTUS is hunkering down today, Situation Room, April 8th. Then January 2nd, Situation Room. Then we see here, April 8th to the 3rd. Is it a day off? I need to know why it's a day off, but it's still relevant nonetheless. I mean, a day off, and you're talking about something that was said by Q. What is that? That's like 7 months ago. How can something be that precise? It's one day off. But guys, there's a lot of Q proof in there. You keep your heads up, stay positive. This is what this whole podcast was about, is not to get discouraged and have faith in God. Have faith in yourselves too. And have faith in our alliance and our POTUS. Guys, there's a lot of good people out there. More good than bad, Q tells us. So please, just keep your eye on the prize, okay? If you found this informative and you enjoyed it, please follow me on Twitter and subscribe to my channel. You can also leave a like. I would greatly appreciate that. And you can donate to my channel by going to the description box and going to my Patreon and my PayPal. Guys, please be kind out there and love one another, and we will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.